is a sight for sore eyes. Leprechaun returns. It is the 2018 sequel to the 1993 original movie that is ignoring all of the sequels. The plot. Jennifer Aniston's character named Tori, his daughter, is on her way to go back to the house from the original to get it up and running for a sorority. What? Anyways, her and her friends eventually release. Well, they don't, but they get attacked by the Leprechaun. Now they must stick together and survive, and they're gonna split up a lot. So it's following this trend that is like Halloween 2018 and like a majority of the Godzilla movies. So despite my negative description of the plot, how was this movie? Freaking awesome. Is it my favorite sequel in the Leprechaun franchise? Well, I don't know, but we'll find out when I do my series ranking, which will be in March. Hopefully. So let's get into the review. The camera work and lighting is all really good. The night shots look well lit, and the day shots are not overexposed. So it all blends together and doesn't look like it's cheap. It actually looks like a theatrical movie. This film does have charm, and that's what I really want in a Leprechaun movie. It's like, well, obviously because they like their charms. It's probably the most charming Leprechaun movie since Leprechaun 2, although they all kind of have their own charm. Stephen Konstanski directed this along with The Void and Father's Day. The Void I've seen, and it is really awesome. The characters and acting, Jennifer Aniston's character's daughter is, okay. I mean, her name is Leela, played by Tara Spreetler? Anyways, she does a pretty good job with her character. I mean, I have seen her kind of character handled better in other kind of movies, but she does an okay job. Ozzy, yeah, that Ozzy from the first film is a welcome addition. The bite on his ear is still there, and it is a nice throwback. Lyndon Porco is, well, the Leprechaun in the movie, and he knocks it out of the damn park. His voice might be a bit too high, but other than that, I had no problem with him as the new Leprechaun. Well, new/old. Say Bennett from Lake Placid Legacy is here too. And also Lake Placid Legacy is from the same company. The characters are not too dumb, but they die in dumb ways. Like, it's impossible, but it's still awesome to look at. There is a few scenes of forceful humor, and it isn't too cringeworthy, which is a thankful surprise, because if it was cringeworthy, it'd be bad. It'd make this movie like a whole greater level down. Also, no one seems to be afraid of the Leprechaun. It's kind of weird. I do like, though, that the Leprechaun adapts to new technology. He sees a cell phone and he takes a selfie with somebody after he learns that it's like a Walkman and a phone all in one.
What's a Walkman? Forget it.
But it's his interests in discovering new things that reminded me a lot of what Warwick Davis did with the role in the original Leprechaun movies. He'd see something interesting and he'd learn about it. The gore, the effects. Leprechaun Returns uses tons of practical gore effects. That's awesome. They all look so damn good and impressive to the point where it's like, how did they pull that off? You're wondering, and you still don't understand. There's a lot of them, like severed limbs, impalings, ripping, slashing. It's really gruesome. Crushed heads, and a 13 Ghosts style kill, which I will not spoil, but if you've seen 13 Ghosts, you'll know what I'm talking about. Also, they rebuilt the set from the first movie. The house, the barn, the well, it's all there. It's really impressive. I didn't expect them to pull that much off, but they did, and I'm glad they did because that's a good tribute. It's amazing. The motion picture soundtrack, it's okay, nothing too memorable. I do think that some of the impact in scenes could have been more forceful. Like when someone gets hit or thrown somewhere, the sound effect is kind of light, and it doesn't really have the boom, kind of it doesn't leave you with that impression that it hurt as much as it probably did for the characters. Otherwise, the music was fine. This is a stellar horror comedy. It's got fun characters, a polished look, and has amazing gore. I loved this movie, and I think I still will after repeated viewings. It definitely deserves another sequel. Well, a sequel to Leprechaun Returns. So another installment in the franchise. You get what I mean. Overall, I give Leprechaun Returns a 3.5 out of 5. Thank you all for watching, and I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Twitter and Facebook fan pages in the description below, leave comments, and subscribe.